So in this video, we're going to make pancakes. We do make our own maple syrup on the farm, and I'm going to show you my pancake recipe. I've been trying to perfect a pancake for at least 30 years, and I think I've gotten close, although every time I make them, I always say they're getting there, getting closer and closer every time. But, you know, when you go out to a restaurant, you get those nice, fluffy, light pancakes. That's what I've been trying to get to, and at the same time trying to keep them a little bit healthier than what you would get out at a restaurant perhaps. So we have some whole oats and some whole wheat in here. So we're going to show you how to make my pancakes, and a little video tutorial here. A lot of the recipes written down, but there's a lot of things that I do that just make it, I think, a little bit fluffier and a little bit lighter of a pancake. All right, step one is to take approximately 1 cup of oats, and I put in a 1 cup jar here. And you're going to put just enough water in those oats to just get to the top. You don't want to flood them with water. You just want them to soak gently, and that's step one, because they got to soak for 5-10 minutes before we put them in the pancakes. So you won't see what happened just happened, but I had to run out to the chicken house to get eggs because we had no eggs in the house. So here's 3 eggs. I need 3 eggs for pancakes, but nice to have chickens on the farm because we just run out, grab eggs when we're out of eggs. So let's crack these up and get them in the mix. All right, so 3 eggs. Here you go. Farm fresh eggs. I'm going to put those in there. Do 1.5 cups of milk. And we need 1 cup of water. One and a half plus 1 is 2.5. Then a little bit of vanilla, not vodka, but we do make our own vanilla here, so shove a bunch of vanilla beans in a vodka bottle and you get vanilla. We'll go about a teaspoon of vanilla. Teaspoon of vanilla. 6 tablespoons of, I use safflower oil. So about 6 tablespoons of safflower oil. Then I take this and flip it over on my pan where I'm going to cook. So that starts to oil the pan then. We'll need that still later. Alright. So this here now, this gets whipped into a foamy milk mixture. So we're going to mix this up here. Alright, so next is 2 cups of white flour. So important not to pack this in a cup. So 2 cups of white flour. This is a white flour with bran, so it still has some of the goodness left in it. So white flour. 1 cup of whole wheat flour that we get from just over the hill here, Meadow Star Farm. This flour was ground 3 days ago. So 1 cup of whole wheat flour. 3 tablespoons of sugar. Sometimes I put 2.5 in, so roughly 3 of those. Teaspoon and a half of salt. So 1 and roughly half, a little more, half. And then baking powder. This is, I'm forgetting this one. The recipe says 5, but I usually end up putting 6.5 or so in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a little for good luck. All right, so we got everything in this bowl. So I mix all my dry ingredients in this bowl, mix them up a little bit. Get them all mixed together well. All right, so I got the oats, I got my frothy milk egg mixture, which we're going to froth up here again in a minute. I got my mix here, got everything there. So I just need a spoon. All right, so we're going to get this back to a froth. So this is a froth. So nice and frothy. Then we put the dry ingredients in there. And we add the oats that we soaked. And now mixing this is a gentle mix. Don't want to overmix pancakes. I think that's a mistake I made early on, was to overmix them. You want the big chunks out, but we want to leave it to kind of sit. So not getting too crazy with this one here. Just and that's probably it. So not over mixing. Your batter's mixed up. Let it chill in the fridge for at least a half hour to an hour is even better. If you can go 2 or 3 hours, it's even better. The longer it gets to rest, the more fluffy it gets. So we're gonna let this chill. All right, so we got our batter chilled for at least a half hour, if not an hour. And I think one of the keys to pancake batter is keeping the batter cold while you're making them. I think a lot of times batter comes out and sits. So what I do is I take ice, put it in a bowl, put a little bit of water in the bowl, and then my batter sits in the ice while I make pancakes. So, and then I bring it right up next to my stove right here like this. So, got the batter in there. We're going to give it another little stir here. So, this is now drained. I'm going to get my griddle warming up here. And then I have a little pan of oil back here that I keep where the pancakes go, keep oiled. So I keep a nice little oil spot both sides right here. So we'll let this griddle heat up and we'll get ready to make some pancakes. So you want a really hot griddle. You can drip a little bit of water on it. When it bubbles, you know it's hot. And I take a 1 cup measuring cup. Batter is sat in about 3/4 cup of batter. You should hear a little sizzle when you put it on there. You see the bubbles sizzling right there. So these are going to be plain. We'll also whip up some blueberry here in a minute. So a little sizzle. Again, batter staying cold. It's a nice cold batter. Where's the good flipper? There's a good flipper. Flipper. The question is, how do you know when the bottom's done? People say like you watch for bubbles and all that stuff. I don't go by that. Sometimes you're cooking too long that way. When I start to see the edges get firm, they get dull. This is like shiny right now. They get a little bit dull. You'll see it, but you can see there's some lumps in the batter here. You know, you don't want a perfectly smooth batter. You want a little bit of lumps, but not lumps that, if you break them open, have powder in them. So hot griddle, I got this one on high. So really hot griddle, sizzling. We're almost trying to pan fry them a little bit. We're getting ready to flip here. So if you lift up, notice there's no bubbles on top of this one, but if you lift up on it, you can see it's a little brown underneath, so it's got some liquid to it. Now one of the things when you flip, you'll see a splatter. See, that splatter is key. That's how I know that I got enough there. You see the golden color here fried, and you watch it start to puff up like that. That tells me that pancake's going to be light and fluffy. Check this one here. Just a little peek underneath. That one got a little longer to go. But that one right there, that's a good one. But you want that splatter. That splatter is crunchy and tasty. The splatter's good. So I just flipped this pancake again. You can see the splatter here. That's good. That tells me the top was still a little moist. We'll check this one back here. Oh, we're getting there on that one. I like not to flip them more than once. I'm checking them like that. Sometimes I don't like to do. But that one's almost done. This one had good splatter. Pancake. Notice, light, fluffy. Tastes so good. So in our family we have people that like blueberry pancakes. So we've added some blueberries to the batter now. Got a couple on the griddle here. Open up. And we got people that like plain pancakes. So you can add the blueberries later. I keep frozen blueberries. These are Maine blueberries. We ran out of our Vermont blueberries, so we're using some Maine blueberries. A little bit smaller. Sometimes they go better in pancakes. Not as big, but some like Vermont blueberries, some like Maine. I like both. That's good. So here's another key, is I re-oil the griddle after every pancake. So a little bit more oil on, a little bit more oil there. And then we can do some more blueberries here. My batter is still staying nice and cold in there. There we go, a couple more blueberry pancakes. All right, so here we go. I got some pancakes down here. This is my pancake. I seem to always eat pancakes standing at the griddle, waiting for more to cook over there. But here it is. I hope your pancakes come out really well. We made that video back Christmas time for a friend of ours who was having a birthday who wanted my pancake recipe. We're putting it out now because sugaring season's coming up, and we're gonna have some great videos on how we tap trees, how our sugar bush works, how we work in the sugar house, and how we boil. So stay tuned, subscribe for more of that content, which is coming up very soon. We mixed our batter up with an immersion blender. If you don't have one, good farm hack here. Just grab your Makita or your drill bit, throw your mixer on the end of it. You can really whip that into a froth there. So give it a go. You got the drill mixer if you want to try it. So during the video, I had several keys, and I didn't realize I said this over and over. So many keys, and I guess you can have more than one key. But again, in the video, keep track of keeping your batter cold. Don't over mix it. Watch for that splatter when you flip that pancake. I really love how that tastes. It's nice crispy stuff. Rest the batter in oil between each pancakes. So I hope they come out really well. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you.